3. So we got the movie. The drama is the newest A24 movie to be releasing in cinemas, and let me tell you right now, it's marketed as a romantic comedy, right? But honestly, it's anything but that. I avoid trailers before seeing the movie in theaters opening weekend, but then as the week started to progress, I heard rumors and rumblings about a potential plot twist, and I didn't actually get the plot twist spoiled for me, but just knowing that there was a twist, I'm like, okay, that kind of sucked because it happens pretty early on and it changes the core of the entire foundation of the film. I was looking at screenshots on Instagram, right? Because I'm like, all right, this is cool. This looks like a fun, good time. But I noticed I felt something off. I'm like, there has to be something more to this. And yes, there is. So begs the question, will this couple stay together? Will the marriage be called off? And what is this potential plot crazy twist that you've probably seen online? Find out as we talk about it. The characters. The movie stars the beautiful and perfect top tier Zendaya alongside Robert Pattinson. You are basically getting a Dune girl with the Twilight guy, and the chemistry absolutely works. They are both incredible, good-looking people, no homo to Robert Pattinson, and have undeniable amount of synergy required to make the movie suffice and carry it throughout its entire runtime based on the relationship dynamics, right? The opening scene of the film is super endearing. We see Charlie, Robert Pattinson's character, trying to walk up to Zendaya in a coffee shop. And this is like a traditional coffee shop. People are on their laptops, people are on their work, they're drinking, whatever, right? They're chilling. And he says, hey, I read that book or whatever, right? So you've seen that trope before, but the way they handled it here was awesome because Zendaya's like, and I thought that was pretty cool because she's like, I'm deaf in one ear, but I can hear on this one. So he thought she was ignoring him. But the thing that brought my theater to the first laugh, right? Where she's like, I guess she was attracted to him and she's like, oh, can we do that again? I'm like, dude, that's amazing. Like who would say that? That's awesome. Then she said, yeah, like you're attractive enough. I would want to like continue this forward, but let's try that again. And he literally sits down and goes talk to her. What? But a connection gets completely shattered at the 25th percentile of the movie. The spoiler, the revelation. We cannot talk about this movie without getting into the massive spoilers. So this is a massive spoiler warning for you. I've tried doing the review script without it, and it was just really difficult. I mean, you know what? People are going to see this movie. It's Zendaya, it's Robert Pattinson. People are going to go see it, right? Eventually down the line. So massive spoilers for here on out, right? Zendaya plays this role beautifully, right? But her character has a dark, deeply tragic past. After getting drunk, she drops a bombshell of announcement that when she was younger, 13, 14, 15, right? She was heavily bullied. She was like an outsider. People didn't really talk to her. She was conspired, or she was committed to do a mass school shooting, which is very tragic, to be very honest with you. And that's why I told you it changes the foundation of the characters, of the friends, their marriage. It's just, I guess that's the drama, as the movie quote unquote would say. The reality TV, Logic, and Rachel. And honestly, look, this group brought this meltdown on themselves. They were drinking wine, they're having a good time, they're looking at the venues, right? It's like all four of them, right? They're literally playing this game called What's the Worst Thing You Have Ever Done, right? And Zendaya goes last, but everyone's talking about like some girl left his kid in like a closet, this guy used the dog as a shield. I don't know, it doesn't matter, right? But it reminded me of an Instagram reel that I swipe sometimes from the other day from the reality dating show called Love Island in UK. This was a massive tit for tat drama where the guy was firing back at the girl and something like, at least I wasn't someone's third choice. It's exactly the same energy. If you give it, you got to be able to take it, I think is one of the girls in the reel says. And it's like, dude, they're the ones who's asking, and they were in shock that a real person actually said something honest and truthfully. I mean, yeah, to be honest, she didn't actually go through with it. She just said she started planning on it. She had a gun, and this is where we found out the reason why she was deaf, because she held the rifle too close to her ear. And it's like, dude, like, don't why are you playing this game? Like, you guys are not okay with it. And then they're like, oh, she's a psychopath, she's crazy. Then the guy's telling Robert Pattinson's character, you're not marrying a psychopath. And he's like, and it's just, dude, you're the one who did this. Like, you guys can't understand the game that you're trying to play, then don't play rated R games. We also have to talk about her friend Rachel. She's an absolute obstacle throughout the film. After she finds out about this, she just changes, dude, because she's like, are you effing serious? My cousin was in a wheelchair. And it's like, dude, from a similar tragedy, on paper I understand why she's acting like that, but as a viewer, it's visually and emotionally frustrating because she's trying to sabotage her and the wedding for the rest of the film. Like, to be honest with you, I've never actually experienced a school shooting, so I don't know how Rachel feels. But dude, it's like, I think one of the patrons, when I was at the theaters, she says, she says she has to just get over it. I mean, some people might think that, but if you experience or like lost, I'm sorry, but like that person, when they were at the theater, she said that she's just like, she just has to get over it. I mean, people just blur out crazy things, and I'm glad no one said anything after that, but I'm just like, wow, dude, like, I just looked down. I was like someone was bold enough to do that, to say just get over it. Anyway, the critic divide and save cinema. The twist is completely justified in dividing audience because a lot comes down to the director. Christopher Barloggi is Norwegian, so he brings an outsider European to a deeply American tragedy. Some critics feel it's too raw or offensive, but others are praising the dark irony of everyone ruining their lives over a crime that Emma never actually committed. Think about that. She conspired to it, she planned on it, but she never actually went through with it. And that was like 15 years ago, you know, or maybe she's like 27 now, but that was like a long time ago. You're in high school, your brain doesn't even fully develop, as the guy says, in 25. Personally, like I told you, I've never actually had to experience that, but yes, in America, in Chicago, you don't think when I'm going through about my day, hearing the news, people are like, oh, there's another shooting. And it's like tragic. Yeah, I understand. But I've never actually been in that situation. But you have to commend A24 for taking this swing. Most modern movie landscapes, especially for romantic comedies, are formulated copy and paste. I've read countless romance novels in my life and seen so much romance movies. As you've been here on this channel, if you've been a subscriber, 2 things, 3 things, I appreciate, love you, and I thank you. It's terrifying and it's offending anyone. But I love how they took the training wheels off because they don't do that anymore. It's a modern take, and guess what? It's the woman that does it. It's Zendaya's character. Usually you hear mass shootings about the guy, but no, in this movie, it's the girl. And look what she turned out to be. She turned out to be a perfect, beautiful, gorgeous, top-tier babe. So of course, it's like, what would you think? Like, yeah, back in her past when she was in high school, but the fact that it was Zendaya's character, I'm like, dude, that changes things because Robert Pattinson is just like, you're still gorgeous, perfect, and beautiful, and the SEX is amazing, but just knowing that, it's like, how well do you know your partner before you get married? Should you still want to marry them? All these answers, crazy, and questions. The vibe and the dark comedy. What really makes this work is how it navigates the mature, frightening subject in a weird comedic way, right? It's an absurdist, twisted sitcom. You have this horrifical, psychological tense and inside a superficial stretch of a fancy wedding when they're planning it. The last 75 of the movie makes me feel a roller coaster of uncomfortable emotions and tensions. You have this guy, Robert Pattinson, watching deeply that he loves his life, right? But he's struggling for the realization that what she did before, now everything that he thinks and does is because of a school mass shooting that she didn't actually do, right? He might be marrying a psychopath, right? Robert Pattinson captures that role beautifully because he's conflicted. He knows maybe I shouldn't marry this person, but he still loves her because I guess they were together for 2 years, right? One of the favorite scenes in the movie is when he's like going downhill, he starts like panicking, right? He starts like just second guessing everything. He's talking to one of his co-workers, right? Misha, played by Hailey Gates, and the tension on the office was crazy, right? If you see in the movie, they're kissing, they're hugging, he rips his shirt off, and then she turns over for him to be inside of her without a condom, or maybe he had one. And it's like they're co-workers, and she's gorgeous and perfect. Oh, the girl that I would want to marry. But they actually don't go through with it, which sucked. But then that's more drama, you know? Because then she's invited to the wedding, so you don't think, oh my god, like she's gonna say something, the other person's gonna say something. What about the friend, Rachel? She's gonna say something in the wedding. She's the maid of honor, but all this is just like, and the wedding scene, you're just crazy. I mean, I wish they would take more time in the wedding scene, but I guess it's the drama, so they're trying to leave us to the imagination. We do see some of this, which is cool, but still, this is bold. I wouldn't say creative, but it's bold direction that they took, and I commend them for that because we don't see a lot anymore. At the end of the day, I'm gonna give this a C+. Any of you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. And with that, take care, bye.